Welcome to My Story, Episode 1. This is just called My Story. This is really just a recount of my story since 2005, and it's, well, I'll let you figure out what you think about the story, but it could be your story. That's sort of history. That's a question that I sort of asked back then. But so just to set the record in terms of what I'm going to discuss during this series called My Story is sort of the evolution of my story, which is the evolution of my madness, which is already well displayed on YouTube's undiscovered YouTube's, a library of undiscovered tapes of just craziness. But you'll see this story's crazy, but let's just move on. So in 2005, I don't know what started it. I was writing, I was thinking about, well, the dangers of terrorism and the future of Earth and the worst possibilities for Earth, and that there's so many of them. And then I started thinking about, well, what could we do that would really change the world? What could we do that would be so dramatically transformative that it would change the world as we know it? And it sort of quickly, well, it started out as how could I create a giant technology enterprise? And I quickly created a notion that says, oh, it's very simple. Buy them all, merge them all, create my own competition with an enterprise where we own the technologies from Google to Apple to Microsoft, all of them working together to architect one global enterprise, one networked architecture that connects every person individually, disintermediating nations, disintermediating everything, disintermediating the world as you know it. And that's important as you look forward into the future, because it's possible that this architecture that we create together can create a connection to every person individually, and that changes the world as we know it, changes a lot of things. But though that whole notion is so beyond our ken, our knowledge, because it's beyond the boxes of our thinking. We think within the politics of our structures, the economics of the things that we've done, and within our hostilities and our tribal hostilities and our religious hostilities, and we can't come together. And that it all comes down to the one question that I asked when I started brainstorming, because as soon as I thought, well, what if I could buy the enterprises, I said, well, you know what? I could use this technology and do better than states and governments. We could do far better if the enterprise of our enterprises was connected and controlled the enterprises of our nations and the enterprises of our charities, and they were connected together to create global prosperity from the top to the bottom. And that gets weird. How could you create that? So I'm trying to be normal. Okay, let's just try. Maybe this changes it. I don't know. Sometimes when I get talking about this, it gets like crazy for me. This is my normal, natural look now. I used to look like this, then I went long hair, then I went like this, and then now I'm like this. I need a haircut. But, okay, so that was my George Washington look. Or it could be Madonna. It's your choice. Anyway, or Lady Gaga. It's all a matter of your time perspective. Okay, so here's the deal. Back in 2005, I asked, and actually I sent an email to Arnold offering 999 times. Actually, I said, what is the value of 999 years of justice and peace on earth? And, well, he never got back to me, but the point was really important, because what is the value of peace on earth? And I think if you look at the market value of peace on earth and what we could save and what we could do if we were working together as an enterprise together with peace on earth, we would all determine that it's in our best interests that we can all create a world, a better world enterprise together. And actually it ties to one of the key inventions that's probably not an invention. I'm sure everything I've ever said has already been said and known before. It's just a question of could we get out of our boxes and put what we know together to create a better scenario. And so the question was, what would it be worth
to have 999 years of justice and peace on earth. At the same time, in an email to California to Arnold, I asked Arnold, well, I'll pay you 1.5 times the value of California then. His debt then was 500 billion. It's, I think, larger now with Jerry Brown. But the point is this. Well, the point, you can figure out the point yourself. I'm not going to make those. Anyway, the vision was this, is that if an enterprises and our nations will converge, because see, the enterprises themselves aren't structured in a way to take a global perspective, and we are competing in these national arenas with trade and stuff, that, well, trade is what caused a lot of our problems back in the World War times, and the world can't afford a world war, so that raises the value of peace on earth, right? It should be self-evident. But, so, let's say you get to this point and you say, okay, that's valuable peace on earth, and so then, well, I thought I had insider information of unworldly proportions. Because, see, the people were already on their way. Google was trying to be a better enterprise for the people, freeing information, making it free. I imagined Google just one step beyond Google. When you clicked on a search and Google made $1, you got 33 cents back. You got a share of the profits. Those profits not necessarily in cash. Those profits into shares in a virtual account that would create a retirement account just by being a customer of our enterprises together. See, for the architect, our entire planetary order. See, this is very interesting. They've done it in India now. Given cards to Indians, hundreds of millions, and they can now direct money to the cards. See, we could do that electronically in the future, but the point is, when you have that direct connection to the people, you could actually say, we're going to give people stock in our future enterprise of Earth, which is their future retirement, to give them dividends. We're going to create a world where we move toward a world of investors, and so that the importance of the job is not so important. As we move forward, importance of job changes. What is a job? A job might be learning. See, we don't pay for the right things necessarily all the time because of the way our economic construct is constructed of its monopolies. But I'm not going to go into that. So let's just think about this. Is that the point was, you now know that the capitalist system was flawed and rigged for the rich. That's revelation. Actually, back then you would have called me in the rich. But see, I knew it was flawed then, and that's when I knew it was upside down. And there was this guy named James Cramer. Before he became your Mad Money, he was the Street.com. And he was trying to teach you how to become like him, a hedge fund manager. Now, he knew that you couldn't take advantage of a hedge fund manager because hedge fund managers were exclusively for the rich, accredited investors. Well, here was the thing that might have been a better plan for him. Again, I applaud his efforts to take the information to you and teach you to trade like a hedge fund manager, but you're trading in a fixed game, and, well, it's a good thing you should listen to him. But anyway, the point is this. What if James Cramer was a hedge fund manager for the people? And what if we had, as I told Arnold, insight information of unworldly dimensions, inside information of unworldly proportions that allowed us to secretly buy the world legally and take it private in our heads, then take it public and turn it over to all the people on earth? Well, That was the vision I had in 2005, and I emailed that vision to Kramer's folks and to the folks, well, to enterprises, to Apple and Google. See, I envisioned Steve Jobs and the Google guys and Bill Gates working together in technology with Bill heading global charity and bringing back greats like Jack Welch, but having a board of angels of the greatest, and all named, you know their names, Richard Branson, other billionaires, but they actually, well, I started just naming names, but see, just imagine if all the rich got together and decided, what if we got together all of our enterprises and created one global enterprise of us, allowing our enterprises to compete within a structure where at the end of the day, the rich got richer, the middle class got richer, and the poor got healthy and much wealthier and wise. What if we created a new world together? Now that's a vision. Well, that's a vision that cannot be achieved just on financial mechanics alone. We must achieve a greater understanding of the story of us. By the way, you don't notice these stars, some of you, but these are my new mom. I eventually called them rainbow stars, because stars are infinite, and there's no reason we cannot create infinite money out of infinite mind. If we apply it right, and we apply it well, we can apply and create more value for all the humans on earth, and create a better standard of living for all. But to achieve that, we must achieve a peace that is beyond the peace we must achieve. Well, just imagine the world I imagined, where everybody's in the streets of Jerusalem were kissing each other and slapping each other on the cheeks and laughing and turning their cheeks and committing to war no more, and chopping the guns in half, and agreeing that we were all a part of one plan for God to, well, to keep a beautiful life from us for so many years, and to this day, where we could achieve a miracle. But actually, the point of which we announce that miracle could take many years. And in my story, as you'll see, you didn't need me if you believed. You didn't need me to be anything but the crazy old man with the plan. What you needed was to execute. You needed to listen, but you didn't have to. You don't have to now. You may never have to. This may never be content, but this may become content that some people may not ignore. Or they may. Anyway, from here on out, it's a crazy story, because subsequent to this part of the story, or maybe this is the part of the story. Well, this is the first part, the beginning of the story. When I went, I guess, legitimately, maniacally, bipolar mad because of my grandiose ideas and my racing thoughts. I raced far beyond the prescribed speed limits of mines in California. So anyway, thank you, and look forward to episode 2. I'm going to need a break for technical reasons, and I need a break. Thank you, bye.